everyone, welcome back to Court Farms. We're on our way back from the ploughing contract that we finished at the end of the last episode. We're just about to get this put back into the yard, and then we're going to go straight over, get our combine, and head up and do our next contract, which is some oat harvesting for Adrienne. If you remember, she was our very first contract up here when we got some silage bales done for her, so she's come back for more work, which is fantastic. But we'll get that done. There's no other work lined up at the moment, but hopefully there'll be more on the horizon soon. But we've actually got quite a busy day. If you remember, the Renault tractor has broken down. Well, the dealer has got that down at the dealership now, and he wants us to head over and come and have a chat about how we want to approach it, what the appetite is for fixing it, and just generally have a chat. I've also kind of flagged to him that I would really quite like to discuss getting a new tractor, and when I say new, it's going to have to be second-hand. We don't have the budget for anything else, and we will be leasing it. There's not a chance that we have the ability to fund one fully, so we'll just have to buy something that somebody else is getting rid of just for now, which is, you know what, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. It's just where we are at the moment on the farm with the money we've got, so we shall see. Now, the other thing I need to sort out is some accommodation, because it's getting quite expensive. I'm living in the pub at the moment, just for the last couple of nights, just while I find my feet. But I might have got a solution for that as well, so we'll come back to that in a little while. But for now, we better push on. We've got some work to do, and we need to get it done ASAP. Willie said he would go and meet us down there. He's going to be driving the combine for us. I'm going to run the truck down there first to pick up the header, and then I'll run back, grab the TW. I think we'll use that for hauling the grain. So, we will see you over where we left the combine. And there's the combine up on the hill there. The header's already off and on the trailer, so we should be able to hook up with this, with a hitch on the back of it, and we'll move the combine first, and then we'll move the header afterwards. Now, I don't know where we're going. It's field 92, but I don't know where that is on the map, so we'll need to have a look and just get our bearings. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'm quite enjoying the fact that... oh, look at that. Our hitch doesn't work. Well, that's not much use, is it? I should have checked that. Oh well. Looks like we're driving back to get the TW. So we'll probably bring the trailer up here, dump the trailer in the field with the combine, and then come back for the header. First things first, though, let's shift the combine. That's very frustrating, that hitch doesn't work. Okay, so there is field 92 up there. We are currently down here in 107, so it's not a bad drive, actually. Just a little bit of a drive up the road. And then we'll cut in past the windmill there, and up to field 92. Tell you what, this combine got seriously dirty on that last job. Look at that, how did we manage to get it that dirty? I think after this job we'll have to run it back down to the yard and get it cleaned. Past the beautiful windmill. Fantastic, I love that. And hopefully we're not going to meet anything coming the other way, because there's not a lot of space on these lanes. Here we are at Home Farm. I'm just going to get out here because that's a very nice sign. I'm still looking for somebody to make my signs to go on the building for the contracting business, and that is very nice. I shall do some inquiries and work out who did that, and maybe use them for my signage. But let's not potentially block anybody on the road here. Let's get to the field. So that's field 91 there, already been harvested and ploughed, so we must be the next one along. And excitedly, it looks like the entrance could be quite handy too. Doesn't look like we're going to have to manoeuvre too hard, although that telegraph pole maybe will cause us a few issues. Let's see anyway. The big problem actually is, I could do with getting the header in. We're going to have to drive over some of the crop just to get started here. But let's pop the gate. There we go. Now these open a little bit more now. because I've edited them to just give us a little bit more wriggle room. But yes, the ideal scenario would be you could get the header in early doors and not have to worry about running on the crop. But the reality is it's so tight that we're just going to have to make do with what we've got. Can we squeeze past that post there? We can just. There we go. So yes, we'll just have to run into here like so. We'll try and minimise the amount of damage to the crop. It shouldn't have an overall impact really. And if we put this like so, in fact I might just move it out of the way for now. When we drive the header trailer in, it shouldn't cause us too many issues. Right, the long trek back to get the TW, then the header trailer. We'll be back shortly. There we go, connects to the tractor, fine. I've just realised actually, I haven't collected my fee for the ploughing contract, so I'll go and grab that now. There we go, £7,912. Thank you very, very much. Right, let's get this over to the combine, and then we'll have to dash across the map and get back, hopefully with the trailer, before he's filled up. Right, let's head out onto the road. In hindsight, I should have dropped the weight off the front actually. That would have given me a little bit more manoeuvring ability, but we can do it when we go back to the yard. That was on there from when we were using the plough. So, we'll batter on and we'll get up to the field as soon as we can. This does move quite well actually, this tractor, for its age. It can sit quite happily at around 30 miles an hour, so it's not a bad tractor for hauling grain as well. Let's check which sell point we need to drop the grain off as well. Knowing my luck, it'll be on the other side of the map. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened to us. There we go, past Court Farms. Oh, some nice signs there as well. Who is this sign guy? He could come in very handy. Look, we're at the windmill already. Right, so we'll get this to the field, and then we'll head back to the yard. So we'll see you in a sec. Right, here we are. This could be a little bit more fun than the combine. We're slightly longer. Let's see if we can get our angles right. Always going to be tight, this. Right, spin it around this way, and let's see if we can get that rear wheel in. This is why I edited these gates. They used to be at 90 degrees. It was impossible, but... oof. Just squeezed it in there. Can we get around the bar at the back? Yep. We're good. Nice. So look, I'm going to leave it just there. Literally in the gate. To avoid crushing too much of this crop. And then get it hooked up. Cut a little opening out, I think. So we can have a little bit of space for the trailer to park. And then we'll get the trailer on that top headland actually. There's just enough space there, I think. Right, there we go. Let's just get past the header trailer here. And I might just park this up. Willie's on his way over to take over combining, so I will just leave this here. He can get started while I'm away, bringing the trailer back. Right, let's just check what we need to do from a delivery perspective. Take the product to garden centre. I know where that is. We are here, and the garden centre, I believe... oh, that's Longmeadow Stores. The garden centre is up here, so it's the one that we delivered the bales to the other day. So, actually, looks like we can go up here and run along the edge of the map border there, through here, down here. It's still quite a long trek, but it's not as bad as I initially thought. I panicked when I saw garden centre, but I think we can do that. Combine might have to wait for a little while in the field while we sort things out, but we'll do our best. Right, here we are, back in the yard. Let's just get rid of this weight. and drop it off over here. There we go. And pick one of the two trailers. Now, one of the things that's kind of dawned on me, and it's the wrong time of year, so it doesn't matter just at this second, although I should start doing some inquiries on it, is I have nothing in the way of seeders or planters to be able to grab any of that contracting work when the time is right. So, along with the new tractor, I'd quite like to look at what the options are for purchasing a seeder, or a planter, or in an ideal world, maybe both, but I think I might be pushing my luck a bit with that. I might just have to choose one and accept that that is the way it's going to be for the first 12 months, and maybe over that time we get enough money to be able to buy something else. But yeah, lots to consider. I don't want to blow all of my money. We've got to be careful, so we'll push on. I just saw it pop up there, the contract was 10% done, so that tells me that Willie has arrived at the field and is running the combine, so we'll head back over and see how he's getting on. Now, I did give Davey a call and see if he wanted to run the grain trailer, but I think he's still feeling a little bit guilty for what he did to the Renault tractor, which, just for clarity, was nothing. It could have happened to me. I could have been driving that. That was going to go, and that was going to go, I mean, you guys saw it as well for a few episodes, so I feel bad for the guy, really. His poor reputation goes before him a little bit, so, yeah. We'll get him back, though, for a few more jobs. He did a good job with the baler until it broke. He was very efficient, so lots of potential for him still. Right. Where are we? There's Willie on his way back round, just doing the first headland. So we'll give him a little bit of space just to get round this first headland, and then we'll jump in with the trailer. Oats don't yield that high, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets round this entire first headland, or this maybe even half the field before he needs unloading. Just give him a helping hand here. The gate is in his way, so we'll just close it while he turns around at the top of the headland. Pop it again now so we can get in. I'm glad I've got these cane trailers. They're quite short and stubby, so it means we can get them into fields a little bit easier. I said a little bit easier, but it's still seriously tight. There we go. Now, ideally, there would be another gate at the bottom of this field that we could run out of, so we don't have to make that really tight turn there, although we might just have to run through the hedge a little bit. We shall see, but let's park up here and wait for Willie to flip the beacon on the combine so we know that he's nearly full. Just tuck ourselves out of the way so we don't interfere with his turning. There we go.
Lame the weak, too afraid to start the dreams that only came to pass them by. Here's to the broken man who stood and walked when he heard you can, 'cause it shows me that faith is more than sight. Here's to the wandering child looking for a star to guide, pushing through the darkness of the night. Hold your hand up to your heart, I know it's just a chance to start. I know that it might feel like it's too hard.
Right, we're going to head down to the bottom, and then we're going to trail them back up and try and get this trailer full. It won't fill it completely, because So I don't think he's got that much in the hopper. But it does mean, though, he can finish this field off while we're away without getting full. And we can take our time getting over to the garden centre and back. So, let's get down here. And we'll wait for him to turn. There he goes, just turning. We'll tag on, but look what I've spotted over there as well. A second gate, and it looks like a wider entrance and exit than the one at the top. So, that is a bonus too. Right, let's see how much we get out of this tank, shall we? Let's try and set cruise control so we're running with the combine. Turn our HUD on so we can see how much we're getting out. Oh, we may fill up actually here. 95, 98, 99. We are full. There we go. Well, 99%. That was well judged, wasn't it? Right. Let's get down to this gate at the bottom here and let's head back down the road to the sell point. Just got to work out which way it's going to open so we know which way to get out. There we go. It's opened the way we wanted it to as well. Result. Right, off we go. I could definitely do with the sat-nav. Now that is a nice little equestrian centre, isn't it? Look at that. My daughter would like that. She loves horses. Right, let's go. Right, here we are, right on the edge. We can't go that way because the road is closed, but there is a track down here we can follow. So we'll follow this. I think we follow it all the way, really. To the store, and then after that, round the corner to the garden centre. Contract on field 92 is 60% complete now. Obviously that's going to go up a lot when we tip this. And genuinely think Willie's going to have that field finished by the time we get back, so that is good. Just navigate this bridge here, and we are back on paved roads. Here we go, past the store. Recognise that. We've been in there a couple of times to get food and things. Now we can turn down this lane here as a little bit of a shortcut. Save us driving all the way down to the bottom on the tarmac road. And then we just turn straight back up. There's the garden centre just over there on our left. Let's get this tipped. Should give us a good idea for how much is left on the contract as well. There we go, up to 70% complete now. 60% transported for field 92 as well. So, let's whip round. Let's go and get the rest. Right, here we go, over the bridge again. These are quite nerve-wracking. There's zero protection, so you wouldn't want to fall off one of them, would you? Right. We will see you back at the field. Right, here we are, and we can see Wally up on the hill there, and look at that. He has got just a few passes left, and we are done. This has taken no time at all, which is great. No other contracts on the board, though. Nobody has given us a call or anything yet today, so that's a bit worrying, but got to keep the faith. I think everything we've done a good job at, so there's no reason for people to not want to use us. Right, let's get the last of this grain into the trailer. He's full actually, look at that. Luckily enough, a full hopper in the combine doesn't equate to a full trailer, so just this tiny last little section will go into the trailer with no issues. There we go, 69% in the trailer now. He has got barely a pass. If you count these two together, there's barely a pass there. So we'll just wait for him, and we'll grab the last of it. And then we will go and see what sort of bonus we've got. So obviously this isn't the most lucrative contract, it's only about £3,200. But it's very possible we could get a couple of thousand bonus off the contract, the excess crop. So fingers crossed, we shall see, because we're going to need some of this, because after this Obviously we'll get all the equipment home and get it all clean because things are starting to look a bit dirty, but after that we're going to head over to the dealer. We're going to have a chat about the Renault, have a chat about potentially if he's got any ideas of any second-hand tractors that he can sort us out with, and discuss that issue around not having a seeder or a planter in our armoury to be able to take advantage of some of those seeding contracts in the new year. So let's see what he's got to say for himself. Right, there we go. That was the last little bit in. Didn't take much at all. Combine is done. Willie's gone home. We'll go and sell this, and we are done. Not bad, and I'm excited to see how much extra grain we might get out of this as well. So we will see you over at the sell point. I'm going to make a beeline for this gate, like a laser, straight through. Zoom. There we go. Right, see you at the sell point. Right, here we are. Let's roll into here, get this unloaded. Fingers crossed. There's a few extra pennies on this because it isn't a big contract, like I said earlier. Just about £3,000, although we did that in double quick time, didn't we? There was no messing around there. Willie was on fire in the combine, and it's actually been not a bad run to and from the sell point. So yeah, we've got through this in fact in just over an hour. It was 11:30 when we started it. Contract on field 92 is 94% complete, so there we go, finished. Oh, we've made £925 harvest income. Thought it might be a little bit more than that. Hey, but I'll take it. Every penny counts, right? 53,000 in the bank now? Not too bad at all. So there we go. Let's collect that as well, just to see. 57,167. Great stuff. Now, the other bonus of that sell point is we're very close to the farm now, so we'll head down, ditch this, and then we'll go and get the combine. Right, here we are. I was about to go and park this, but do you know what I'm going to do? Other than turn my beacon off, I'm going to pressure wash this. Do you know what I could really do with is like a hired help from maybe like somewhere like New Zealand. I could pay him a pittance and he could just wash tractors for me the whole time. I wonder if there's anybody who would be willing to do that. Right, TW cleans up very quickly, doesn't it? See how long this trailer takes to do as well. Well, that's not bad either. Good. Excellent. Right, job done. Park this up and go and get the rest of the stuff. There we go, combine's back and getting a well-earned bath. It's been out there in the field working hard, this. I've been very impressed with this combine, I have to say. Really enjoying it. So we'll get the dirt off this. Headers here as well, we took the Fiat down, just for a bit of a change of scene. And we just washed the TW, so we didn't want to get it dirty again. But there we go, that's that clean. Let's get the header clean. We'll get everything put away. Like I said then, we'll take the pickup down to the dealership and we're going to have a chat about equipment and things like that. And, yes, our little accommodation problem hopefully will be resolved too. Right, here we are at the dealers. Let's just park out front. First things first, I think we're going to walk around to the service bay and have a look and find out what's happening with the Renault. I think it's just in here. Ah, yes, there it is. It's up on the blocks. Yeah, that does not look in very good nick, does it? Right. Let's go and see what they're saying about it. So, new clutch, a new gearbox. If I want it, it's going to be about 10 grand. They've got a second-hand gearbox they can source, and they can sort the clutch. Do we want to do it though? Because the other question I asked him was, what have you got in the way of second-hand tractors? And He's got this. Let's have a look at this. There we go. Little Case Puma 145. Pretty standard spec. Nothing particularly exciting about it. But good power. 188 horsepower. So it would be our most powerful tractor. It's got a front hitch. It's pretty stumpy and narrow, so it would work well on these tight lanes and back roads and getting in and out of gates. I quite like this. 126,000 though. It's quite punchy price-wise, but we could lease it. Base costs 2,520, then 1,200, just over 1,200 a day, and 2,600 per workout. Does that feels quite steep actually. But obviously we're paying that off over time, and ultimately it'll be ours to keep. So for an investment, that's a pretty small investment to have another tractor on the farm. So, decision time. It's going to cost us 10 grand to fix the Renault, or we could start leasing this case for 6,000. Now, it's not to say we won't fix the Renault at some point, because I still think that's got a job to do on the farm as well, with some of the smaller runaround jobs and things like windrowing, tedding, and things like that don't take a lot of power. But this could be a really handy tractor for us, you know, especially when we're talking about seeders and planters and things like that. So, something to bear in mind there. Anyway, that is all from the dealer for now, other than this round the corner. I've been asking him about any opportunities for accommodation around here, if he knew anybody or anybody was looking for somebody to room with, and he said, well actually, come and have a look around the back. This old caravan's been sitting here for a while. The owner wants rid of it. He was like, well, I'm sure if you made him a decent offer, he would consider it. So, I'm going to have a think. See whether or not we want to live in a caravan. It would be handy. We'd be at the yard the whole time. It keeps our costs down, because I would like to ultimately build a house down there on our field, so I can live in a little bit more luxury than a caravan. But for starters, it could be not a bad place to be. And it looks in good nick. So, one to consider. Definitely. Right. I'm getting carried away myself here. I'm going to spend a load of money that I don't have. So let's head back to the farm. And we don't have any contracts to go, so we're at a bit of a loose end now. So I think on that note, we will leave it here. Keep our fingers crossed that some more work's going to come in very soon. But for now, from me, the Farm Sim Guy, thank you all very much for watching. And thank you all for your support, and I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now. Morning everyone. Well, that was an interrupted night's sleep with all of those text messages coming in, and we've started the day in not the ideal scenario for doing contracts. We picked up 2 fertilizing contracts and a baling contract, none of which we can really do in the rain. I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but we'll just have to wait and see, I think. Oh. Cultivating contract. I don't have a cultivator. I know there's one at the dealership though we could pick up. I wonder if we just run down there now and just see if it's still there. So I've actually been thinking, and my rationale for this I think is pretty solid. I need to consolidate some of my vehicles. There's stuff sitting there that we're not using. We certainly don't need 2 grain trailers. Based on the size of the fields, I think we're only ever going to need 1. So I could get rid of one of the grain trailers. Also, I've got a huge slurry tanker there, which is just sitting, and again, I can't see me using that. We've got the fertilizer, we've got the sprayer. We haven't got a solid spreader, but I can see most of our fertilizing contracts being done with a sprayer. So, again, I think that could well be sold, and that's quite a pricey piece of kit to be sitting there as well. So, we'll have a chat about what we can make from those pieces of kit, and also have a look at picking up some sort of new cultivator, which expands the amount of jobs that we can do as well, particularly as well as we're still looking for that seeder and planter combo for the springtime. So let's see. Right, we looked at the cultivators, nothing really going, but they do have some quite nice power harrows in. This Alpego DF400 needs 120 horsepower, it's 4 metres wide, or the DF500 at 5 metres wide, that needs 180 horsepower to run. Both of my tractors are 180 horsepower, so I think I'm pushing the limits on horsepower with those, plus the size of the fields here. I'm just going to get that, and I'll tell you why now. So let's buy that. We're just about to part with 18,000 of our hard-earned cash, but I think I'm going to make that back and some. So there we go, there's our 2 grain trailers. I'm going to sell both of these. One is worth just that little bit more, so I'm going to get rid of that one. So farewell to you, that's 12,000 of our 18,000 back already. And the other big thing is the slurry spreader. There it is, the high spec, £28,500 worth of equipment just sitting there in the yard doing nothing. And like I said, I can't really see me using it that often. So I think we sell that and see how we get on. But that gives us just a little bit more money in the bank. So there we go, 18,000 in new vehicles, 40,000 in sold vehicles. That's great. That really gives us something to work with, gives us more scope for flexibility in the contracts we're doing as well. And yeah, it means we can do a cultivating contract in the rain while we wait for it to die off before we jump in and get those baling and fertilizing contracts done. So let's run back to the yard, grab a tractor, we'll come back here, pick up the cultivator, and we will head straight that cultivating contract straight away. This rain isn't so heavy that I don't think it'll stop us doing the cultivating contract. And hopefully it's not going to last too long. Looking at the forecast up there in the top corner, it looks like it's going to clear to cloudy weather later on. So we'll see you back at the yard. Here we are, back at the yard. This probably gives us enough money to get our caravan purchased as well, doesn't it? And down to the yard. That would be great. That pub, much as it's nice, and the fried breakfasts are awesome, costing me a fortune. Right, which vehicle? Let's take the Fiat. That's got, it feels like it's got a little bit more grunt than the TW. Same horsepower, but it just feels like it's got a little bit more in the tank. So an ideal tractor for cultivating. Off to the store we go. So this cultivator contract actually is in the wheat field that we cut for Adrienne yesterday. She's come back again with another contract. She's obviously a big fan now. Seems to be using us for everything, which is fantastic. So we'll get this done quickly for her. She's lucky she skipped the queue. It was the last one that came in, but because of the weather, it's probably the first one to do. So let's grab that cultivator and we'll head over to hers. Well, there it is. Look at that. That is a serious piece of kit. I am liking the look of that big time. That is going to do a great job for us. This rain is not stopping though. Anyway, I think we push on and we give it a go. Hopefully we can get it done. We'll make a judgment call when we get there. I trust this Fiat a lot though. It will go in any conditions. Let's get it hooked up Let's head over to field 92. Past home farm again. I do like that farm. It's a lovely farm. Right, here we are. Just coming around this corner again. There's the field. Looks familiar, doesn't it? Now, 4 metre cultivator into a narrow gate. How's this going to work? We might have to be clever with this. I don't know what I was worried about. Look at that. Like a glove. There we go. Right. I think there's nothing more to do than just get stuck straight into this. Let's power it up. Lower it down. See what the results look like. Very nice. Okay. We will see you on the other side. We're making good progress here, getting through this quite quickly. I am loving this machine. It is, it's got a kind of self-leveling thing on it as well, so it's it just kind of adjusts to the terrain as you run over it, which I really like. It's doing a fantastic job. Adrian's going to be very happy, I think, with this. Who knows, we might even get the seeding contract. If we can get a seeder in time for spring, who knows, she might give us the seeding contract for this. It's the second contract on this field, so that's exciting. In other news, stopped raining too, so while we're working on this field, hopefully the wind is drying the grass so we can mow it later, and of course we can get into those fertilizing contracts as soon as we're done here. So things are looking up. It's going to be a busy day, but I think it's going to be a good one. Well, there we go, all done and dusted. That didn't take long at all. I think we just collect that contract, don't we? And there it is. Another 3,500 in the bank. Thank you very much indeed. Right. Next one up, we have got field 123 and 116. So they are the fertilizer contracts. We need to go and buy some liquid fertilizer from the stores. So we'll hook up. We will hook up the VW to the tanker we've got. And we'll probably put the sprayer. In fact, do we put the sprayer on this, or do we take the TW for a spin? Let's take the TW for a spin. It's going to look kind of funny, that little tiny sprayer on the TW, but we'll give it a go. That's the kind of job we would like to keep the Renault for, actually. When it's not high horsepower jobs, and it can do little running around jobs like that. So we'll do that. Now the silage contract we've got is another wrapping one. Again, that wrapper we've got is a bit slow, and ideally I would like a baler that would bale and wrap at the same time. So again, that's on the shopping list for the future, but for now we'll just have to make do with what we've got. Interestingly, that run is a little bit shorter, I think, and I've just realised that I can fold this up. I just assumed that you couldn't, but look at that, that's going to make it a lot easier getting through gates, isn't it? Nothing like knowing your equipment you've just bought, right? There we go. Right, now I think these spraying contracts are relatively close by. They're not as far away as that cultivating one. So let's get this parked somewhere, and then we'll go and get the fertilizer from the store. And there we go. Jump in to the TW, which was nice and clean because we washed it last time. Right, let's get a sprayer on and have a little giggle about how silly it looks. Hey, I don't care if it does the job, right? It's just around here. And then we'll run this up to the field, park it up, and go and do the other stuff. Just realised as well, we've got that to sell. That makes a bit more money because we've replaced it. Yeah, we'll maybe check how much that's worth when we go down as well. The Gaveel balers are very nice, actually. That's probably what I would like to buy if I could upgrade. So we'll keep that on the shopping list. There we go. Doesn't look as silly as I thought. Although volume-wise it doesn't take much. We could be filling this up quite a bit. Right, let's just get our bearings on the map and then we'll head over there. So they are literally round the corner. We're here now. 116 and 123. That's great. So, and there's our baling contract as well on 64. So they're all relatively close, which is nice. I tell you what, feels like an efficient day's contracting this as well. What is it? It's nearly 11 AM. We've already done a cultivating contract. I think we could get through all of these in the day. I know the baling ones take a little bit of time. But if we can get started on those around about lunchtime, I'm confident that we could get everything done in one day. Wouldn't that be great? Right, here we are. Very thin field, and this is... I don't know how wide the sprayer is when it's fully open, but I think it's not going to take us any time at all to get these done. How exciting. Nice big open field as well, I like that. Literally could be 2 passes, and I'm not joking. So, there we go. Is this cultivated or seeded? It looks like it's already been seeded. He has, he's got linseed in here growing already. Interesting. Right, I phoned ahead. We've purchased 3 IBCs of liquid fertilizer, so we'll transfer them into this tank. They should be sitting waiting for us. Of course I've had to drive all the way across the map to pick these up. Never easy. Nothing's close by. We should probably look at some sort of deliveries in the future if we can. I wonder if that's a service they offer. But for now, let's just roll around here. Get these filled up, of course. We'll let the forklift go first. Right, let's reverse up. Let's get close. See if we can fill this up. There we go. Should get all 3 of these in here. Now, these have cost me £3,200 each. So we've just parted with nearly £9,000. Now, over time, we'll get that back. But it was a bit of an investment. So again, kind of glad that I'd sold that stuff. It just gives us a bit more of a float in the bank. There we go. Good stuff. Right. Just less than full when we're done here. But definitely more than enough, hopefully, for those 2 fields. 99%, look at that. Perfect. Right, let's head over, find the tractor, and let's get through these super quick. Right, here we are, just here, I think. Yep. See if we can get in here without too much hassles. I can't see it being a problem with this. Look at that, loads of space. There we go, 400 litres in. It's not a big tank at all, is it? This is probably an upgrade sooner rather than later as well. We had to turn the tank round as well because the fill point is on this side. So, now let's see. Let's get this unfolded, see how many passes we need. Okay, it's not that big. It's going to be more than a couple of passes, but that's okay. We can do that. Let's just see how long this fertiliser lasts as well. Could be a lot of trips back to the tanker. 98% down already, so I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I was a bit too worried. I think we'll maybe certainly get to the top of the field and back. If not a little bit more. We'll know when we get to the turn. If we're on more than 50% of the turn, we'll be in a good spot. And actually, looking at this, I think we'll be fine. Right. We'll zip through this as quickly as we can. There we go, we're coming to the end of the first loop and we've still got 43% left in the tank, so that includes doing a headland at the top as well. So if we fill up here when we get to the bottom, I think we should close off this entire field with just one more load, which is good. So we maybe did buy way too much fertilizer, but I'm kind of hoping we have the ability to do a few more of these contracts over the next little while as well, so we shall recoup that, no question. Right, there we go, 34% left. Let's just turn it off there. Let's get it filled again, because there is probably maybe 3 passes, possibly 2 if we play it tight. Let's go. Yeah, it's just a little bit more than 2 passes up and down, I think, 'cause it slightly opens out at the end of the field. Would help if I actually got all of the field as well. Let's do a proper job at it. Right, there we go, we'll go again. Right, we'll quickly do this, and we'll be back. Right, here we go, tidying up the last little bits. I know the contract is finished, but if you want to do a good job, you don't want to leave it half done just because it's ticked the box from a contract complete perspective. You know, we're trying to build a business here and make more money and get a reputation for ourselves, and a good reputation at that. So, yeah, we should leave the field as we would expect if it was one of our own fields. So, worth doing this little bit, if nothing else, and it takes a few seconds longer. It doesn't really impact on our day. And I have to say, although they don't pay much, these spraying contracts, you can do them quickly. So actually, I wonder if cost per hour or so is actually pretty lucrative. But we've got another one, a couple of fields up. We'll go and do that now. Here's the next field. This one's got crop in it. Also looks like a slightly bigger field. Not massively bigger. But it's definitely on a par with the field we've just done. Now let's bring the tanker in, put it in this corner. Right, all full. Let's get this done. It'll be a little bit harder to work out where we sprayed this time. But we'll just have to use our judgment, I think. And the mini-map if we need to. There we go, contract on field 1, 2, 3 is finished. Now I am going to just quickly jump into the map and make sure that we've hit everything, because it is quite hard to be able to see what you're spraying in here without GPS on, which again makes me think like I should probably invest in GPS for this tractor. It's expensive. It's £15,000, but it maybe will help us. And I'm looking down the bottom there, I can see my tram lines. First 3 were pretty good, but that, I think I might be a little bit of a gap there on the 4th tram line. So let's have a look anyway. Okay, these are pretty narrow strips. That one's a little bit bigger. I'm going to run down that again just to do the right thing, but not bad. Quite pleased with that. But doing it blind, I'll take that. There we go, job done. That just sits well with my conscience that we've sprayed the field properly. Let's get things folded up. Oh, a little bit left in the tank, just 49 litres. But let's get ourselves back home now and on to the big baling contract. Right, while we're on our way back, I suppose we better phone Davey and just check that he wants to come and drive the baler for us.
Hello?
Davey! Hi, it's FSG here, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
I was just wondering if you wanted to drive the baler again for me. We've got a contract again. I could do with your help.
Really? No way. I honestly didn't think you'd ask me back after I broke your last tractor.
Davey, we talked about this. It could have happened to anybody. It's just unfortunate you were driving it. It wasn't your fault. So anyway, are you up for it?
Oh yeah, totally. Thank you. This is great. I'll be there as soon as I can. Thanks again.
Excellent. Well, I will see you soon. Oh, he seemed chirpy. What a shame. I thought I'd binned him forever after one little incident. Right, let's ditch this. We'll go and get the tanker and we'll grab the mower and get everything set up and we'll head over there. Right, there's the tank back. Roll this around the front. I think we'll put the mower on the Fiat this time. See, it runs on that tractor. We've not tried that before. Just so we know. Still need a decision on that case tractor and or repairing the Renault. I suppose the more money we make, the closer we get to being able to do both. Right, here we go. Field 64, here we come. Hopefully Davey's going to come down. He'll drive the windrower first. He's good at doing that as well. And maybe we'll drive the baler. We'll see how we get on. So the field is actually behind us over there. We need to take that entrance there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come at it from a different angle. Because I don't think we're going to get in there. Even with the gates opening a bit wider. The mower's going to be on the wrong side. We might have to be a bit creative here. Let's see how we get on. The joys of tight UK farms and lanes. I think we can do this though. There we go. I don't know what all the fuss was about. So as we roll around here, past that hedge, past this, and this is our field. It's a nice big field, this. Right, we're just going to get unfolded and push on with it straight away. Right, we're making really good progress here. We are mowing this grass super quickly. As Davey just arrived as well with the windrower, so he's going to jump in and start doing that. So yeah, things are going well. But I think our time has come for the end of this episode, so we will pick this back up at the start of the next episode, and we'll get this contract finished by then. One thing we need to do before we go, though, is collect our money for our 2 spraying contracts, just to close that off. There we go, 2,460 and 2,351, both of those collected. Happy days. Right, on that note, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now. Hello everyone, welcome back to Court Farms. We are in the middle of this baling contract that we just started at the end of the last episode. Davey's in the field there on the windrower, so he's working that. As soon as there's enough space, we'll jump in there and we'll get started as well. This is a silage contract, so we've got to wrap these after this. So don't need to ted it first, just wrap the bales straight away and get them delivered. Quite a nice little earner, this one, 10,000. So it's going to be a worthwhile one for us. It's got a few skip rows on that course actually, so we'll give him a bit of time to get that done. And then we'll get baling. Right, here comes Davey. He's just finishing the last couple of headlands before we jump in there. But, oh, there's my phone again. Wow, a seeding contract. That is our first. That's fantastic. I've accepted it. The only problem is we ain't got a seeder. So I need to really think about what I do with that. How do we invest in that now? We're going to get 10,000 from this contract alone. We've got enough money in the bank. We could get a seeder. I think I might lease it though. Lease to buy means that we don't have to have a big outlay. Doesn't cost us a lot. We can pay it off over time. And yeah, hopefully in that time while we're paying it off, we're making more and more money. So we don't notice the impact of it as much. So that is what we're going to do. But first things first, this all needs baling, wrapping, throwing on a trailer and selling. So let's get that done. We'll probably make a nice little bonus on this as well, as we tend to from these silage contracts. So let's get started. Right, we're off and running and making bales pretty quickly. Crikey, we've done like literally one tiny part of a row there and we've got a bale out of it already. So there's a good crop on this field. For sure, if we get another bale before the end of this row, we are doing well. Well, almost. I can hear it bleeping. There it is. Of course, it's going to dump it right where we don't want it to, although we could probably get past that. But great. This won't take long at all. So, Davey's going to run back, get the wrapper while we're baling, and he's going to get started wrapping these as quickly as he can. And a tip from last time, and thanks, a couple of people left it in the comments as well, when you're wrapping, go and stack them all by the gate. Go and stack them by the entrance to the field, and then when you bring your trailer along, you don't have to move as far. to load them up. So we'll do that, and we will be back shortly. Well, we swapped over for a bit here. Davey's running the baler and I'm doing a little bit of wrapping. This is definitely working well. It's time consuming, don't get me wrong, but look, the downtime you would sit waiting in the field while it wrapped to then just drop it where you picked it up means that we can get them all over to the same place over here, which means that when we want to load them up on a trailer, you're not moving around as much, so should make things a lot easier. So we're hopefully cutting down on the amount of time it takes to do the contract. Baling contracts do take more time than anything else, but that is reflected in what you can charge for them. So we'll be getting about 10,000 for this, where on average, I don't know, a combining contract or a seeding or a fertilizing contract are up around about 2,000-3,000, something like that, not much more. Obviously it depends on the field size as well. This is a big-ish field, but more than that, it's a massive crop. That's the thing that's standing out for me. The amount of bales off this are colossal, so that's good, and that might come and pay dividends when we finish the contract as well. There may be more bales left over when the contract's done, which means we'll get a little bit of a bonus. We shall soon find out. Right, we'll crack on, we'll keep going with this, and we will chat to you when we're done. Right, we've changed things about a bit. I'm going to get Davey to wrap these. He doesn't need to stack them in the corner. We've got enough for a load there probably already. Right, so we're going to run back, grab the trailer and the telehandler, and then we'll jump back into the field and get loading. Right, let's park this up. I've got an idea. I don't take the Fiat back, because I think there's a hitch on the back of the telehandler. We could hook up the trailer and we could use a TW that's in the field to haul the bales. So let's try that, or at least we'll see if the hitch will work. I've got a funny feeling it will. So what we're going to do as well, we're going to give the dealers a quick bell. Let's see what they've got in the way of seeders at the shop that we can maybe have a look at. Yes, it will connect. Fantastic. And also, what price they'll give us for that Goville bale grab, the old one that we don't need anymore. Because I'd like to sell that to kind of help fund the seeder. But we'll get to the field first, and he'll probably send us through a few links to the site we can look at on the phone while we're waiting for Davey to finish wrapping. So here we are, back in the field. Now, I don't think I've got a full load's worth here, but over there... Has he finished? He's finished already. Fair play, Davey. Fair play to you, mate. Yeah, he's all finished. Tractor's all locked up. He's away. Fantastic. Alright, well, I suppose we better get these loaded up. He's even put them in a close-knit pile as well. What a job he's done. He's gone above and beyond what I expected him to do, definitely. Must drop him a note and say thank you. Right. Let's get organised and get loading. Now, just before we start, we did say we'd have a look at seeders. He sent some through, so let's have a look. So what he's got here, he's got basically a few Kvernelands, a Kubota, which looks very much like the Kverneland that's just been resprayed. I think we're looking at this one runs at 9 miles an hour. That one runs at, I can't tell the difference between those two at all. I think there's no difference at all. The Accord DL and DL. They all look very similar, but they're all nicely priced actually. For the price, those prices, I think I'm seriously considering just buying them. Is 3 meters too small? I don't think it is. I genuinely don't think it is. So that one's 7 miles an hour, that one's 7 miles an hour. I'll probably go for the 9 mile an hour one. I think this is the one. Yep, this is definitely the one. Capacity, can we put more capacity in? 1,000. Would probably put well, no, I'd leave it at 750. Wheels are standard. Mechanism cover, yes or no? 50 pounds, I think we'll keep that. Disc markers we won't need, no. Excellent. Okay. Well, I'm going to buy that, and we'll go and pick it up later on. Well, that is very pleasing. I am looking forward to using that, definitely. Right. Let's stack some bales. Right, for the first one, I think we'll grab these two. That gives us a bit more space to manoeuvre when we're loading them up. Okay, this is going to take a bit of time, so we'll throw it on a little time lapse, and we'll see when we get back. There we go. Not bad if I do say so myself. We've got a full stack on there. And we've got a space for 2 more, which we can get from by the gate. Great stuff. Right. Let's move them both over to the gate and get them unloaded. Take the wrapper down there as well. We'll tow the trailer with the telehandler again. We will take the tractor on the road with it. Who's this? Somebody here. Hello there. Can I help you? Hello there, old chap. I was just watching you in the field, enjoying what you were doing with the tractors. Very impressive. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm a local contractor and just working away here. Excellent, excellent work. I have a farm, you know. Oh, well, brilliant. Well, if you'd like to consider me for any contracting work in the future, that would be much appreciated. Well, having seen your work today, I wouldn't say no to doing that in the future. I will take your number, and I will be sure to give you a call. Many, many thanks. No, thank you, and thanks for dropping by. Hopefully I'll see you again. You can count on it, my friend. He seemed a nice chap. Looking forward to seeing him again. Right, let's hook this up. He seemed like a lovely chap, didn't he? Very friendly. And he's got a farm, so we could get some more work out of it. That is very pleasing. Okay, this doesn't have the grunt work to pull this big trailer now, does it? Alright, we'll get this to the edge of the field and we'll swap it for the TW. Gotta work out where I'm taking this as well. There we go. A little bit of downhill motion and we're good to go. Right, so there's not 2 full trailer loads here. There's this one and whatever we leave behind. But we should get this sold pretty quickly. Let's roll forward just a little bit further. There we go. Right. Grab a couple more, stick them on, and we're good to go. There we go, nicely done. Okay. Let's park this up. Just ratchet these back down, and we will run these to the sell point. Right, there we are, up on field 64, and we've got to take them all the way down to town bale stores down here. So, looks like we've got a bit of a road trip ahead of us, so we'll push on and get this done. Time's pushing on though, it's just after 4:15 in the afternoon. I definitely want to get that seeding contract put to bed today, so we could be working a little bit into the evening, but I'm okay. Get that done. And that's another tick in the box for another job well done. I am interested in that chap though. He looked like he came from money. He's probably got a pretty big farm. Maybe it could come in handy. There we go. Out of the field. Right. We shall head on down here and get to the sell point as quickly as we can. I tell you what, this TW pulls anything. We have got 70,000 litres of silage bales here, and it is just laughing at them. So, nothing more to do than get the foot down, get ourselves into town. I suppose I'd better put the beacons on if we're going on the road. So we will see you down at the sell point. So here we are at town stores. It's a bit of a trek across the map there, and it is not the easiest or straightest route to get there, but we got there. We're in time. The gates haven't closed yet, but it's going to be close. But in here should be our bale sell point, and I think we're going to get through quite a lot of the contract with this one. So let's see. Let's pull the HUD up and see. Yeah, let's get the menu out of the way. Let's roll over here. Straps are off. Sell, 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 sell. 92% transported. We are almost there. Now it says contract on field 64 is 20% complete. I'm sure it's a bit more than that now. Right, let's head back. Let's get the rest of the bales and get this job done so we can push on and get the seeding done tonight as well. Right, here we are, back again. Let's get the last of these in. Right, there we go. Not as neat as last time, I was just literally throwing them on there. Right, this I will need to leave till later on, but we'll come and get it. I'm very conscious of time, so I want to get these down and sold, and then we can quickly, hopefully, get to the dealership before he closes. He closes at 5, so we're going to be tight. But let's do it. Let's latch those on. Crikey, nearly sent them all flying. Right. We will see you at the town stores. Right, went a slightly different way this time. Let's see if it would be a little bit quicker, and I think it probably was, because we are already here. 20 minutes till the dealership closes. I'm going to have to just drive in front of that caravan there. Sorry, Mr. Caravan. Here we are, town stores. Let's see how lucrative this is in terms of a bonus for us. 92%. There's really only one bale needed to complete the contract, which means there is 10 bales there, which we might get some money off. So let's see what we do here. Unstrap things. There we go. Oh, yes! 5,500 of bonus bales there for us. How good is that? That was worth the effort. That felt like a long contract to do. Over the course of this episode and last, wrapping those bales takes a long time. I really need to invest in a baler stroke wrapper all in one. That would make a huge difference in the amount of time it takes to do stuff. So, let's get down to the dealership. We're going to make it now. We've got time now, so let's get down there. Now what I'm doing is taking the trailer down there because we need to buy some seed, and whatever we don't fill in the hopper of the seeder, we can throw on the back of this and either collect it another time, or if we run out of seed in the field, we can run back to the stores and grab this. So let's do that. We probably need to park it outside because I think they shut the gates at around about 6 PM. So let's do that. Right, we're nearly there. I had to put the headlights on. It is starting to get dark, so hopefully we can get through this contract pretty quickly. There we go. And there's the seeder. Yes, they've put it out for us. Excellent. Now, can we get through here? Yeah, it's quite a nice wide entrance, that. And through here as well. Right, they haven't put any seed out yet. We'll go and get them to sort that, and then we will swap things over. Right, 1,000 litres, and we take 750 in our seeder, so... Oh, I'm just going to buy the one. Let's see what happens. We'll just buy one. There's the seed. I brought it out and put it next to the seeder, which is great. So we just need to hook things up, and hopefully fill things up. There we go. Surely we're not going to use all of that. Let me just go and check the size of the field. So there it is, it's field 40, right next to our farm, which is great for finishing off for the day. It's tiny. We definitely don't need the rest of that seed just now, so that's great. If they're happy, we'll leave the trailer there. We'll come back and get it tomorrow. Right, there we go. I know it's only a little 3-metre seeder, but it will do the job perfectly, and it's going to get through gates and things. Almost perfect size for this map, actually. Right, we'll see you at the field. Right, here we are. Field 40. It's tiny. Right, let's get ourselves organised here and sorted, and we're going to get this job done. Right, we're all lined up and ready to go. I am just going to check the contract to make sure we're planting the right thing. I'm sure it was canola, but let's double, triple check. Yes, indeed. So field 40 with canola. Brilliant. And got 10k here to collect from our baling contract as well. Wonderful stuff. Look at us, 81,811 in the bank now. Awesome. We are really starting to make a bit of cash. Right. Let's get this last job of the day done, and we can go home and chill. Hello everyone, it's TheFarmSimGuy here. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Court Farms. It's been a busy morning. We've already been and seen the bank manager this morning, and he has granted us a loan, which is fantastic. He's been really impressed with what we've done with the business so far. He can see there's potential in it and is quite happy to lend us some money based on future income, which means we can get that case tractor, which is fantastic. Now, one thing he did want to do was take some capital commitment as well, just to guarantee the loan. So what we did is we've got rid of the Amarok. The hitch didn't really work on the back of it, so it wasn't super useful to us, and now we may pick up another 4x4 in the future, but for now we're going to use that as capital down payment against the case, and we're going to take things from there. So what we're going to do, we're going to run back to the farm now, which is just here, and we're going to drop the Fiat off, which is what we used to go to the bank manager on, and we're going to run the Amarok down, get that sold, and then we're going to pick up the case. Now, one of the other benefits is that we can take the caravan back with us as well, so we finally are able to live on site, which is super exciting. So let's get this back to the yard. There's such a detour around here, it's a pain. Literally, we were right next to the shed, and now we've had to go all the way around here and detour to get to the road to get us back to our shed on the main road. But there we go, that is part of the map and part of this area of the countryside. So I guess we'll see you back at the yard. Ah yes, now this is the other thing that cropped up overnight. The council have decided to start digging up the road, and it's the main road into the yard, so we're going to follow the diversion down here again, another little detour which takes us a longer journey around, but c'est la vie, it is what it is. So we'll join back up with the road further up here, and we'll access the yard that way. Now, we are still on this big old detour here, but what it does allow us to do is just to pop in here and pick up the bale wrapper. It's the only piece of equipment we left in the field after we did that big baling contract in the other episode, and I was going to just leave it here until the next time we were up here doing a contract, but as we're driving past we might as well grab it while we're here. It looks like they've been seeding here as well, so other business going on. That certainly wasn't us that did that contract, but there's a bag of seed there which has clearly been left by one of the contractors. But we'll grab our equipment and we will head out of here. Right, now we definitely will see you back at the yard. Right, here we are back in the yard. Like I said, this is on the list of things to trade in as well, this bale wrapper and the Gavile bale grab there that is sitting next to the weight. We are going to invest in something a bit better than that in the future, but right at this moment in time we don't have time to think about it, so let's just drop this off. There we go, and we'll move the Fiat out of the way for now, and we will jump in the Amarok. Now, just for clarity, the reason we're selling the Amarok, not that it isn't a useful bit of kit, but the hitch on the back of it is just not compatible with too much stuff, particularly something like the header for the combine, which would be nice to be able to drag around the countryside behind this, but unfortunately it just doesn't work. So a few things like that, and it's a lot of cash to be tied up in something that we don't necessarily need to use all the time when we've got tractors heading to fields anyway. So while it's nice to drive along the road and things like that, it is not, you know, a necessity for the farm. So if they want to take this as a down payment on the new tractor, I'm happy to let them do that. Now, I've stopped here because I want to show you Field 61. We picked up this contract late last night from Clifford. Clifford Powell asked us if we would get his sorghum off. It's into October now and time's pressing on, so we will get that done as soon as we're back with a new tractor. So here we are. Now, I have noticed that our bank account is not showing the loan amount in, so I'm just going to very quickly check in with the bank manager, make sure that that's all gone through, and then we can trade in this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for enough money to allow us the ability to fix the Renault as well as buy the case. Now, because of the financial situation we're in, we can actually borrow more than that, but at the moment I'm just going to be sensible. We don't have that much in the bank, so I'm just going to be sensible and borrow what we need at the moment. Now, we may add to that in the future, or we may build it up with other contracts, but for now, let's get things sorted. So there we go, bank management tab is open. 83,588 is what we currently have in the bank account. Now, the loan I want to take out is around about 130,000. So there we go. We'll adjust the bank balance with that. So our lower limit of credit is 500,000. Our upper limit is 3 million. Now, I'm not going anywhere. I could not pay that back at the moment. It would be preposterous to do that. But if I hit save now, there we go. We have 213 in the bank. And I'm going to trade this in. So, we'll get rid of this and we'll go shopping. So there we go. 31,935 is what we made on that. That was not a bad return. Second-hand market doing rather well at the moment, isn't it? So, the case is getting just sorted around the back there. They're going to drive it around and deliver it to us any second now. I forgot I'd left the trailer here as well to take the seed home for any more sowing contracts. So we'll maybe take that home at some point as well. But I've got other ideas for the case first. So they're just going to get it. I just saw it there. Flash round the back of that shed. Here it comes. There is our brand new second-hand tractor. Doesn't she look great? Now, while I'm here, I was going to bring that trailer home, but I've just had a bit of a brainwave. We have got the caravan round the back here. So first and foremost, we are going to get ourselves somewhere to live on our yard. And there it is. Now, pretty sure the hitch here will lift this a little bit high at the back. Or low at the back. There we go. Yes, it's lifting the front two wheels off the ground, but it's not on the deck, so this is going to do us. We are all sorted. Not only do we have our new tractor, we have our caravan as well. I've given them the green light to repair the Renault as well, so that'll be back on the road soon. It is all systems go. Now, with that roadworks blocking that end of the yard for us, we're going to have to go this way to take this home, but that's okay. A little bit longer of a run, but we'll still get there in the end. Okay, we'll see you back at the yard. Right, here we are, back at the yard. This is going to be a bit of a tight turn into the gate. What I might do is reverse it up here and then straighten up and get through the gate. Now, the next question, where do we put it? I think I'm going to park it relatively near to the shed, probably behind that corrugated shed there. We can always move it at some point in the future. But tell you what else is on the cards here, and something a lot of people have pointed out to me, which makes total sense, is mow your grass field, mate. You could make a nice, healthy bit of silage money out of that, which is a very good point and something I wholeheartedly agree with. So we are going to be doing that after we've done the sorghum contract, because you know what, paying customers come first. But once that's done, we will be getting the mower out on here. I might even try the case out with the mower. So let's get this in here. Your finest caravan dropped off there. Home. Sweet home. Check this out. We've actually got somewhere we can call our own now. Right, now that's done, let's get the header in there, shall we? And then we'll come back and we'll get the trailer after that. We could set the combine off pretty early. I've already radioed on, and Willie is on his way down to help us out, as per usual when it comes to contracting with the combine. He is our official driver, and he is very, very good at it. This is probably the easiest contract we'll do in terms of closeness to the yard. So we should not complain, even if the road is blocked down there. We might have to work out a little bit of a detour to take this to the delivery point. Right, let's squeeze in the gate here and get the header lined up ready so the combine can just drive in, hopefully, and get started. Look at that. Clattering the new tractor off the gate posts already. Now I am going to have to drive into the crop a little bit here. I could have been a bit smarter. But actually what I'll do here now is reverse back up to let the combine just grab that header the moment it rolls into the field, and we will take the tractor up onto the verge here. Right, well, he's not here yet, so we'll get the combine ready for him as well. Right, here we are. We've had to do a little bit of a 3-point turn there. It was so tight we couldn't get in on one turn with the turning circle of the combine, but we're in now, and we're hopefully close enough to being lined up. We're not. Right, we're gonna have to go again. There we go. That looks like it's gonna work this time. Yes. Excellent. Right, that is hooked up. We should be able to move this out of the way now without too many issues. Park it on the verge here, and then we'll send the tractor back to get the trailer, and the combine can start harvesting. Now hopefully that's far enough off the field edge to allow us to do that. Now I'm going to have to drive right around the edge of the field here. I don't want to be driving on the crop, so we'll see you back at the gate. What we'll do is we'll just cut into this corner here to give us a little bit of working space. Willie has just arrived. He's dropping off his car at the yard, and then he'll be over, so I'll just help him out a little bit here. We're going to squeeze past the tractor, and now the tractor can get out, and we can leave the combine to it. Alright, there goes Willie. Let's go and get the trailer ready. This shouldn't take too long at all. Of course I'm going to use the case. New toys and all that. I imagine we'll be overusing this for the next episode or two. But I'm sure we can find some other jobs for the other tractors as well. Now I have had a few comments as well about the trailers. I've actually obviously sold one of them now, but a few people suggested hooking two trailers together. Now that isn't something that tends to happen in the UK, or if it does, certainly not where I'm from, just because the roads are too narrow and the lanes are too narrow to be able to easily manoeuvre that. So we just run with one trailer usually. Now these cane trailers are great. I may consider upgrading these as well in the future to something a little bit bigger, but for now they're doing a cracking job, so we'll stick with them. There we go. Now we're just going to wait here. In fact, I'm going to pull back just ever so slightly to allow the combine to get around this corner, and then we're all systems go. Here comes Willie, dressed more appropriately than in the previous episode, which a few of you picked up on. He's not hanging around, is he? No sir. Right, that's him cutting straight into the second headland now. I don't know how full he is, but we'll just wait for the lights to come on, I think. combine's doing a good job. We are 100% full. So we're going to run this out of the field and we're going to find out where we need to sell it at. So there we go. Harvest sorghum in field 61 and take the product to Pine Creek Stores. And there is Pine Creek Stores right up in the top corner by the shop. Now, usually it's a catch-22 whether or not you would go this way or you would go up the top. Either way is a bit of a long route. So, obviously, with the roadworks here at the moment, we are going to come out and we're going to head up to the top of the map and along the top to Pine Creek. But I would expect the combine is going to be full by the time we get back. So, we better get a head down and get on with it. Here we are, just about to join the tarmac road again. And here it is on our right. So, that hasn't taken too long at all actually. But let's pull the HUD up again because we're already about 50% through, even just harvesting it. So, interestingly, I wonder how much we will be through once we tip this. Now, I can't make that turn. I'm going to have to reverse into here to straighten myself up again. The second time today I've had to do that. I do have to say though, I am loving my new tractor. Lot of fun. Right, let's see how close to finishing the contract we get here now. There we go, trailer out. Contractor field 61, 80% done, 53% transported, so another trailer load, and we will, I think, be just about done. Which begs the question, how much are we going to get left on the field? This could be quite interesting. Right, let's get back and find out. Here we are back in the field, and the big man is already sitting, waiting, so let's get underneath, let's get it unloaded. If you remember, we can take 2 loads from the combine in this trailer in one go. There we go. First load going in. We'll have to quickly reverse out of the way to avoid clashing with the combine header, because they do tend to turn back into their road pretty quickly. So we'll let this unload quickly and then we will hot-foot it backwards slightly. There we go, 56% in the trailer from one load of the combine, so if you can imagine, almost 2 loads then filling this trailer completely. But Willie's on it. Let's leave him to it for a few minutes and get this field finished. SP will probably finish it now with this next pass. So actually in hindsight that means there's not masses of grain left over. It's pretty accurate. And here we go, end of the field. Hasn't taken too long at all. And Willie's done another fantastic job. Now, I am going to touch on these little bits that are left at the end of the field here. So, a few people have commented before that I don't get all of the crop. If I'm being honest, this is such a tiny fraction of the overall crop that it's probably not worth my time or the value of it to go around and pick up these little bits at the end. They'll get ploughed under and be used as I guess, nutrients for the crop going down the line. So it's not the end of the world. I do take your point, but when it's such small elements like this, it really doesn't. It has an impact of 5 or 10 litres, no more than that. And our time is more valuable than that. So let's go and grab the tractor. Let's get it filled up. Guarantee you what's going to happen is we're going to fill this up and there's going to be a tiny little bit left in the tank. It always happens to me. So let's find out. So 56% in the trailer. The ideal scenario is we can fit everything from the combine into this trailer and then we don't have to come back for some tiny little bits. Now the combine hadn't started flashing, so my only hope is that it isn't that full. We can fit everything in. We might just be alright. Let's wait and see. 97%. It's actually gone in our favour for once. That's great. Right. Let's get this second load down to the sell point, and hopefully there's a little bit left over for us. We shall see. Right, here we are. We're going to try and make this turn this time. If we get far enough over, I wonder if we can swing it round in time. I'm not optimistic, but always worth a go. Let's see if we can get that front wheel lined up appropriately. Oh, do you know what? It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Right. Moment of truth. We'll just roll over till we get the trigger. There we go. Let us see what we have got here. So there we go. The contract on field 61 has finished, and just £960 of additional income there. But hey, it all counts, right? I am not sad about that at all. But that was a nice quick contract. Doesn't earn us huge amounts of money, but like I said, if we can get through them quickly, they tot up over time. You can almost balance them out with a longer, let's say a bale contract at 10 grand. You can get 3 combine contracts in that time. You know, which is better? There we go. Harvesting field 61 complete. Let's collect that. And that is us with no other contracts, but almost 120,000 in the back. Not all of that is ours, of course. There is some loan funds in there, but we started the day with 84. I'm pretty sure we've got more than that now. Right, back to the yard with this, and then we'll go and get the combine sorted. Right, here we go. Now, if we're going to cut this field, we could do with not having everything parked on it. So we might have to shuffle a bit of machinery around here. Some stuff can stay on the edges. I'm not too fussed about it, but we want to try and make sure we get as much as possible. So let's get this reversed a little bit closer to the shed. And like I said, we're going to go and get the combine straight away as well. Get that sorted. Right, let's get this header collected and put back onto the header trailer, and then we'll be able to get the combine out of the field. Let's just jump in here. I should be able to sensibly roll forward. In fact, I just noticed the trailer's the wrong way. Silly me. Right, let's go around the other side. We'll get this lined up, and then we're good to go. Okay, that's that done. Combine back to the yard now. Right, combine is tucked away safely. Let's just get this header out of here with no fuss. Use the shed as a little bit of a guide there. My poor new tractor. Right, good stuff. Here we are. I'm interested to see how much we'll get off our field, actually. It's like quite a healthy crop of grass, that. Right, let's run this next to the trailer here. And then I'm going to just quickly check my horsepower numbers for my mower. Can we run with 145 horsepower? Can we run this class with the 2 mowers? Because we do have a front hitch with a PTO. So let's find out. There we go. New tractor. So good. Really enjoying that. Right. Let's check our mower horsepower. So there we go. 120 for the back and 60 for the front is 180. We can't do that with a 145 horsepower tractor. Or can we? I'm inclined to give it a go. Even if it doesn't work, we're right at the yard, right? So we can swap over to the Fiat or the TW very quickly, but it seems like a lot, but it's quite a flat field as well, so this could be worth a punt. Right, first things first, let's get rid of the rest of this machinery onto the dirt here, the gravel. Right, we've moved all the equipment off the field and we have set the mowers up with the case. Let's see. how good this is, shall we? Right, well, we can safely say that this has definitely got enough pulling power to work with these mowers. I don't know what it would be like on hills. My gut tells me it would be totally fine, but this has laughed at this field in no time at all, and I'm actually quite impressed with how much grass there is on this field. It looks fantastic. So thank you to everybody that suggested this. This makes total sense to do. I had, if I'm being honest, I had thought about it, but then kept forgetting when I was doing contracts and things like that. But while we've got a little bit of a lull today, obviously we picked up that sorghum contract last night, but we've had no contact at all yet today, and it's getting on for lunchtime. So interesting. We shall see. Maybe it's because the roadworks here are slowing things down so much that people aren't able to get on with their work. So we shall see. We shall see, but it seems interesting, doesn't it? Right, this last little triangle up here, and that is not a bad crop of grass, that, at all. Not bad at all. Well, I've got to say I am thoroughly impressed with this tractor so far. That is the field done. We're going to pop the mower back over here, and then I was about to unhitch the mower and everything and go and windrow the field with a case, but I've just had a call from the shop. They have said that the Renault is fixed, ready to be collected, so I am going to run down, collect the Renault, and I think we'll use that to do the windrowing, just to see if it's solved all of the problems. So, on that note, I'm going to head down to the shop, I'm going to grab the Renault, and I'm going to bring it back to the yard. But for this episode, I think we will call it there, and we will be back very, very soon with the next episode. So, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying it still, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye for now. Hello everyone, it's TheFarmSimGuy here, hope you're all doing well. We're back, and look who is back too. The Renault is back with us, and seems to be, on the face of it, running like a charm. We'll only know when we get it into the field and we get it running. Now obviously we're going to put it on the windrower straight away, so it's not the most taxing job, so it's not really going to put us under too much pressure with the engine, but just, I don't know, the feel of it feels good, so I'm sure he's done a very good job with it. Right, let's hook up the windrower and get started with this. Now, while I was down at the shop, I was chatting to the dealer and talking about this class baler actually, because it is getting on a bit. I actually think it uses a lot more power than the spec tells us it does as well. So I'm thinking about upgrading this, and he has got a couple of options he'd like me to have a look at. So we'll talk about that in a little while. We're going to take it down, we're going to clean it, take it down to him in a little while, and we're also going to take the wrapper down as well. And we may come up with an alternative solution, but first and foremost, let's get this all into windrows and ready to be baled, and then we'll take things from there. Right, very quickly we are on to a couple of headlands here to get this tidied up. It's running well, this tractor, I have to say. I really feel a bit of a power difference in it, which is what we were expecting with that refurbed engine. So, fingers crossed. I mean, like I said at the start, this is not really putting under any duress at the moment. We'll try it with some heavier equipment. I'd like to maybe try it with the baler next. But so far, so good with the windrower. So we'll just finish off the second headland in a minute. We'll get this parked up and we will run the old baler and the old wrapper down to the shop and get them sold. And there we go, we are done. Let's get this folded up, get it back over to the shed, and we'll get it unloaded. We have also been thinking, while I've been driving around, getting this all nicely rowed up, ready for the baler. Somebody recommended after last week's episode, get another shed. Get a smaller shed, get all of this stuff that's outside under cover, and I think it's not a bad idea. So we need to kind of be clever with the money side of things. I know I need to get some money for the baler and the wrapper. Probably not as much as we're going to spend on the baler, but we could lease that. We'll have a look at the numbers, and a shed is obviously going to cost us a little bit as well. But let's just tuck this in the corner for now, get the outer away, and straight away we will run straight down to the shop and sort the baler and get back here and get this all baled, wrapped and ready to be sold. Windrower dropped off. I'm going to pop this in the shed with the Fiat. I'm just trying to tidy up a bit here. The place is a real old mess. And I think we'll use the case because it's got a front attacher. We can take the wrapper down with the baler. Right, let us grab this. There we go. We will wash this before we go as well. Not as dirty as the baler, but it's pretty bad. There we go, grab the baler. Like I said, quick pressure wash, and we will see you down at the shop. Oh, well, that's a nice surprise. We have got ourselves a nice little fertilizer contract there. That should help top up the coffers as well, especially if we're going to spend some money now. So we will deal with that later on. But we are nearly at the store now, so we will see when we get there. Right, here we are. Look, our blue trailer is still here as well. We need to get that home at some point, but we're not going to be able to do that if we've got a baler in tow. So, let's see what he's got for us. First and foremost, our baler. We can get 19,422 for that. I will take that if I'm being brutally honest, because it's an old baler now. So I'm more than happy to take that. So let's sell that. Thank you very much indeed. And our bale wrapper here, 11,850. That's not bad either. I was prepared for it to be a lot less than that. So that's probably not a bad little earner. So let's see what that's given us in additional cash. Right, there we go. With those sold, that is 150,000 in the bank. Now, let's look at the new baler I'm thinking about getting. Now, there it is, the Gavale F125 Combi. I do like this. We have been looking for an upgrade for a while. This is brand new. There's some good deals on these at the moment from a leasing perspective, so I think we're going to go for this. We're going to bite the bullet and we're going to go for this. I do want the bale end turner on it. I think that's important. Just makes it easier for loading. Silage additive tanks, probably going to leave those off for now. I know it gives us 10% more. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. Let's do it. And get some silage additive while we're here and get it filled up. Because we can make about 10% more quantity of silage off the back of that. So let's do that. Let's pick a nice foil colour as well. I think we'll go for the green. Wow. Over 100,000. But we're going to lease it. So an initial upfront fee of 5,125. And then some daily work costs based on how much we use it. I'm okay with that. Let's go from there. Right, we're done. They've said to us it is round the back and we can pick it up and take it home straight away. So that is exactly what we're going to do. And there she is in all her glory. It's a big baler actually. Very nice though. Okay, let's get hooked up. We will roll back around the front and top it up with some silage additive before we go. And we will see you back at the yard.
Hello.
Hello Davey, FSG here, how are you doing? I was just wondering if you had a little bit of time, could you pop down to the yard? I've got a few little jobs I could do with your help with.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Alright, here we are. And there's the field, looking really good. We'll get in here and see what this can do straight away. I'm excited. Ah, hello Davey, you're here.
Hello, Mr. FSG.
Now, if you could grab the Renault and run it down to Field 4, get it filled up and run it down to Field 4, that would be awesome. And I will pop down later and I will jump in that and get that job done, if that's alright with you, Davey.
Yes, of course, Mr. FSG, no problem at all.
Excellent, thank you very much. Very interesting.
Hello, Mr. FSG. I've dropped the tractor off at Field 4 for you. Is there anything else you'd like me to do?
Ah, brilliant, Davey. Yes, actually. Could you come back here, grab the Fiat? I need the trailer to be brought back from the shop to here. If you could pick that up and bring it back, that would be awesome. I'm going to need to load these bales up and get them sold at some point.
Okay, no problem.
Right, we are making good progress here. It's not going to be long until we're finished here. I've noticed that Land Rover's back. The blue one. Remember the old gentleman? Seems to be parked up, watching us again. Bit odd. We're about to drive around to see him. We'll just stop and say hello. Hello there. Nice to see you again.
Hello, old chap. How's it going?
Very well, thank you. Can I help you? Is there anything you need?
No, nothing at all. Just watching you work. Very enjoyable.
Okay. Well, like I said, if you need anything, just give me a shout. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name last time we chatted.
Beg your pardon. My name is Charles Tillington Smythe. I'm one of the farmers round here, and I just was watching you work and thought I was quite impressed with the way you were doing things. So, that's all. As you were, sir. As you were. I will just happily watch here. Okay, well, nice to see you again. See you again soon, maybe. You can count on it.
Well, he does seem like a nice chap. Although, it seems odd that he just keeps cropping up and watching me work, but hey, to each their own. Right. One last lap of this field and we are done, and hopefully Davey will be back with a trailer. Well, there we go. Last bale out, and we have made, thanks to the bale counter, 24 bales. Not bad at all. We will take that. Right. Let's get this folded up. Back over the other side of the field. That's a pretty easy fold up that. And we'll park this up. And we'll go and do that spraying contract. I am thoroughly impressed with that baler. That is a seriously big investment in kit. I think that's going to pay massive dividends. We'll be getting some returns off that very, very quickly. Now, just before we head to our contract, you can see there that the bale is still grass, and it is 0% fermented. So we'll probably have to leave these for a little while, let them ferment before we sell them. We don't want to sell them too early and not make the most money we can from them. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on those, and when they're ready, they will be ready. Right, let's go and get the red out. And let's get that fertilizing contract done. Davey's left it in the field, so I'm going to try and catch a lift down there from somebody. Maybe Davey in the Fiat. We'll see. Right, here we are. We ended up walking. Davey is not answering his phone, and yeah, I don't know where he is. So, we're a bit later than we thought we would be down here, but that's not a problem. This isn't particularly time-consuming job. We'll probably get through this very, very quickly. So, we'll get this unfolded, and we'll get the job done, and hopefully, when we get back to the yard, Davey's there with the trailer waiting for us, and we can get those bales at least loaded up. Even if we're not going to sell them, we get them loaded up, and they can ferment on the trailer. Right, we'll crack on with this, and we'll see you shortly. Right, we're making pretty good progress here. I'm pretty satisfied with this. A sugar beet contract. That is not something we've done before, and we certainly don't have the equipment for it, so we'd have to lease it with the job. We'll probably just have a little bit of a closer look at this one before we make any decisions on it. Okay, Gianna Hartman wants to give us £31,345 for harvesting the sugar beet in field 46. I know that is a big field, but that is a big contract. That's the biggest one I've seen so far. Oh, I don't know about this one. I'm going to leave that one as a decision for you guys this week in the comments. So let me know down below, should we take the big sugar beet contract. We will lease the equipment, so we'll lose £2,000 but other than that, that is a lot of money to turn down, isn't it? So, let me know what you think. Need to find a driver too. If Willie drives a sugar beet harvester as well as a combine harvester. We're going to have to find out. Right, here we go, last pass. This hasn't taken too long to do at all, and it's a nice little earner, just over £4,000, so yeah, pleased with this one. So, what we'll do now, we'll head back to the yard, we'll see how well those bales are fermented, hopefully. David's there, and we can load up the trailer, and yeah, we'll start to think about what we do want with a second shed in the yard. Get some of that machinery underground. We need to wash a lot of that machinery as well. There's a whole heap of dirty machinery there that needs a little bit of TLC. And, yeah, something else, which I've been thinking about, which might just help us financially as well. But I'll tell you about that back at the yard. Right, I thought we'd come back via the shop just to check. And I can safely say the trailer has gone. So, Davey has picked it up. So, fingers crossed, he is back at the yard. I don't know why he's not answering his phone. But let's head back over there now, and hopefully it's sitting there waiting for us. We're nearly there. We can see the yard over there. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? This doesn't look good. And it also looks like our Fiat. Oh no.